Welcome back in with King Family to another F1 Clash video, and we're here for the Austrian Grand Prix. Our last Grand Prix event, we didn't qualify for the final round, so we weren't able to make any videos as we got kicked out in the contenders event. I think we missed out on about 3 points or so, but yeah, we weren't able to make any videos on that. So this event, we're going to be jumping back into contenders event again. I think that's where we're currently at, where we have the levels to do. So let's do that and jump into the contenders event here. All right, here we go. So this event is going to be 20% for Colapinto, that new driver that Hutch added into the game. There he is right there with his 20% buff. I don't really have his rear ad a lot, as he just came into the game a few weeks ago. And his epic is going to be a Series 10 epic, which is going to be leading you over into the Champions event if you're going to be using his epic card. All right, and we're not in the Champions event, so we're not going to be using him at all here. All right, so for our event, let's see the first track up. What is going to be the track stats? It's speed and defending. So we're going to put on our speed setup, and then we want to take a look at the tasks there. I think this one is number 4. I think is the speed setup. Yeah, that's it. All right, we want to throw in. We want to throw in the. We're gonna lose some of that speed and throw the arrow blade in there, so we get that DRS to use on the straights. The power lift would be the better thing to add in without the DRS and just go for maximum speed, but I think we're gonna need the DRS. Alright, so we're gonna test it with the power blade first, and then we'll see if we need DRS or not. Alright, so let's go jump on into our first race and see what we could do. Alright, so this is race points. Use at least one. Alright, so at least one assets gets us the race points. So we're going to be putting in, since we're not going to be using Colapinto, we'll have to put in the arrow blade to get the extra points there. Alright, so that's going to be our setup for speed. Let's jump into our first race and see what we could do in this one. Here we go for our first race at Austria. Let's see how we qualify. I think we're going to be qualifying in the back 21-22 as usual. Yep. So it's just a matter of us now getting a good race start from our drivers. We're going to go speed and defending. Right, we're going to go mainly on the defending side since we already have a good amount of speed on our car. So we're going to go on the defending side for 4-4-2, and then we'll do a 4-3-3 with Leclerc. All right, let's go. And we want that race start in there so we can get a good start and a fast start. Yeah, we'll take a good start and a fast start, and we see Bortoleto squeezing up into place, up to the inside line. Look at that inside, it's just wide and empty. Bortoleto slams into the back, trying to squeeze around. Alright, he's trying to get up to P12. Now he does move up to P11, picking up boat as he tries to make his way. Power unit now finish, and we're at P10 and P15. Alright, Bortoleto moving up there. We have the speed on the car, so we should do pretty well in making up those places. Here comes now the DRS. We're going to activate that around on the main straight and let that chill for now. And we lost the place with our Bortoleto. Get this DRS now. See if he swings out and flies up the inside. We see Leclerc dropping back to P19 here. That's a lot of places lost by Leclerc. He basically lost 4 places as he was in P15 not too long ago. Alright, we could go around for another lap with Bortoleto. We're going to take that, and then we're going to go into pit, and we're going to go around with Leclerc, and then we're going to come into pit for the soft tires for him. Alright. We didn't get to use our DRS there, so we're going to use it here. And let's see if we could use it right here with our Bortoleto. He could squeeze. No, he could not. So he's firing away into pit. Alright, we want him in and out. There we go, before Leclerc comes in. So good pit stop there from our drivers. Alright, we're back out in P21 with Leclerc. And in P11 with our Bortoleto. We're going to just let them go now. Line up now for the DRS up the main straight. Alright, let's hit it right here so we can clear these corners real quick and see if we can pick up a few of them in pit. Alright, we're up to P6. Nice. Let's hit it same place with Bortoleto. See if he can clear a few cars. Alright, so we've moved up 2 places. Alright, good looking, good driving so far. We're looking good. P6, P17. We want that Leclerc to make up some places. Who's supposed to be going to pit on lap 7 here? I think it's Charles Leclerc. Doubt he's going to be able to go for another lap on these tires. Let's see though. Let me keep it in there just in case. Hit that with. Alright, so 25%. He's going to run out right about there if we let him go around for another lap. So we're just going to bring him into pit here. And then we'll see if we can jump a few of these guys that are going to be going into pit in this lap. Alright, looking good, looking good. Hit this DRS. Close down some of that space. Alright, we picked up the rival. Goose out or Bortoleto. There is a few car in pit. We're going to hit this DRS. Hit that with Bortoleto as well. Alright, we're up to P19, so we didn't gain any position with or Leclerc. We actually lost 2 places with Leclerc. Alright, we have a host of car in front of us that we could get some places from. So we're gonna hit this DRS right here for Leclerc, see if we can squeeze into P16. Alright, there we go. As for our Bortoleto final lap, we're gonna hit the DRS, see if he can close down to P10. P6, no he cannot. Alright, so P7 is where he finished. And we're gonna hit this now power unit for Leclerc. See if he can squeeze P14. No luck. Squeezing P14 there, so P15 overall. Alright, so a nice 28 points for us, plus we're going to be getting some extra points from the sponsored task, which is nice. So overall a pretty good race there for us. Leclerc was a bit slowish in this one though. 28 points. Alright, let's take a quick look now at the debriefing window and then we'll jump on to the next race. Got 5 points. Alright, so that was the match. That was a rival car or car. Alright, let's jump into our next one. Alright guys, so the race crashed out on us on Silverstone. crashed out. So that's 3 points. And that's our qualifiers. But yeah, luckily it's only the qualifying day. So we could just continue. It crashed out on us. Let's continue. As you can see, we have not restarted the game. So I don't know why the game crashed out. Alright. One would think that these things wouldn't happen anymore in the game. You would think that, yeah, it is what it is. Let's go to the next race. Here we go for our next race at Imola after the game crashed out at Silverstone. We didn't restart or anything. And yet we're still allowed to race another race. Man, you know what? Forget about it. Alright, let's go Imola. We've switched to our power unit setup, so we're going to go for race start. Alright, so I'm going to go with the Prince boost, or I'm going to go with a couple boosts here for overtaking and cornering with race start. Our car already have a lot of power units, so we don't need to add more to that. Could have gone for something with a little more tire management for Leclerc, but it's alright. Bortoleto will get the job done. So we got a nice fast start. What we mainly want is that race start, and look at Leclerc. He's off to the races with his start, using the extra overtaking he gets from the couple to make his way up to P6, while Bortoleto is up to P15, trying to make up some positions in the back there. Leclerc now up to P5. Can he go P4? He's trying. Let's cut him down there, and then we'll just boost him back up. Alright, Bortoleto, nice, up to P10. Alright, so Leclerc got P4, Bortoleto got P9, and it's time for that DRS. So we'll wait and hit it on the main straight. Alright, looking good. P4, P9 for our drivers. The rival drivers are stuck in the back there. Guess he didn't select a good boost for race start. Guess he went for mainly power unit and race start, if any race start at all. Alright, let's hit that DRS there. Hit this DRS, see if we can pick up to P3 and up to P6 with, ooh, look at that. Bortoleto just overtook everybody with that extra overtaking he gets from the couple. Pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to go to pit with Leclerc. Bortoleto is going to be doing another lap, so he's going to be doing 4. While Leclerc will be doing 3 here. So we're going to push Leclerc into pit. Ooh, these front AIs are doing 4. Let's hit this DRS with Bortoleto real quick. Let him close down some of that space to those guys. Alright, Leclerc now has a unique opportunity to pick up a good amount of places, because everybody in front of him is going to be going into pit. So he should pick up all the way up to P4. Let's put in our go to pit orders with Bortoleto so we don't mess that up. And not to focus on Leclerc. So we're going to get to pick up P1 with Leclerc here. Once we hit this DRS, he should fly by P1, P2. P2. Alright, so he didn't catch up to P1. Didn't catch up to P1. Alright. He moved up to P2. Now dropping back to P3. Charles Leclerc. Alright. We'll keep cruising. I mean, we got a perfect race start that we couldn't have asked for from Leclerc. And he's normally the one that slacks off a bit compared to Bortoleto. Let's hit this DRS. See, Leclerc moving up to P1 after the DRS stint. he's going to be needing to go back to pit here at lap 6. And then we'll bring Bortoleto in on lap 7. He could go to lap 8, Bortoleto, but we'll bring him in on lap 7. Get this DRS ready for Bortoleto and hit that DRS. We'll bring him in now on lap 7. Alright, Leclerc getting a nice pit stop here. Coming back out in P5. We're going to use that DRS on the main straight with Leclerc. I think P1 and P2 is going to go around for another lap. And then they'll make their stop on the final lap 8. There they go, going around for another lap. Now we're going to hit this DRS with Leclerc. Should pass P4 and close the gap to P1, P2. Alright, we want Bortoleto now to come and close this gap to P1, P2. He gets blocked by P5, slows down and lost a good amount of time there. Right, P1, P2 is going to be going into pit now. And Leclerc is going to get back P1 with DRS there. So it's a matter of, can Bortoleto make P2 with DRS? He's on his way. He's flying. He's flying. Yes, he can. Ah, man. He slams into the back of P2. Could have made P2 there. He slams into the back. Slams into the back. Let's see if we can squeeze him up into P2. There we go. And now P3 is going to be attacking George Russell. And we're going to hit some power unit boost here to push him. Then we'll hit this DRS up the main straight. And he's gone all the way home for an exceptional finish. Great race, Mr. Rival. Good luck, man. Alright, so great race there. The couple boosts worked perfectly for us here. We already had a high amount of power unit on the setup, so didn't see the sense to go more power unit when we could have gone for other stats. Alright, so let's wait for the rival to finish down in P24 with his George Russell. Then we'll take a look at the debriefing window. And once again, we didn't restart the game. And we lost connection in P race 2 on Silverstone. Alright, let's take a look at the debriefing. Alright, so that was the strategy we used. And that was the match. Rival using a level 4 Bortoleto with a level 5 George Russell. And a pretty nice car from the rival as well. Basically the same car that we have. We have a level 5 Rumble. He have the Mach 2 in there. We have the Mach 3. Alright, let's jump into our final race. Here we go for our final race on Baku. I think this is speed and overtaking. You're going to need all that speed for the main straight. Alright, so we're going to go mediums for Leclerc. We're going to come back for hards, and then we'll come back to mediums with Bortoleto. Alright, I'm going to go with the Rooster boost. For this one, Fireworks would be the better boost. Let's go with the Fireworks. It has everything we need. Speed, overtaking, and it has some race start in there. Definitely want to get in that race start. Alright. And we got a perfect start with Leclerc. Let's see what he does with that perfect start. And look at that, Bortoleto trying to squeeze past Leclerc as Leclerc struggles to make up any place with his perfect start. Alright, so he's making up a few though. He's on his way. He's on his way. Picking off a few. Reason why I like the race start boost is because the race start covers the first lap. Alright. The better race start you get, the more overtaking and positions your drivers will pick up in that first lap. Alright. And once the first lap is over, the race start boost is over. Alright. Now is when your secondary boost kicks in. Whatever boost you select. So since this is speed and overtaking is going to be kicking in on the second lap and going forward. Alright. Now, the first lap is where you're going to get most of your position gains done. Right, let's hit this DRS. See if we can pick up some places. Hit this DRS. Alright, so we're up to P7 and P15, 18 now with 14 now with Bortoleto squeeze as we're getting attacked there. Right, we want to go to pit now with Leclerc. He's going to come back to the hard tires because that's what he has to come back to get 4 laps, and we're just doing a 1 stop here. Alright, since our Bortoleto is so close, we're going to charge him. Let's boost DRS with Leclerc here. See if we can close back P7. Wow, he flew into the pit there with DRS. A little bit of a stocking. I was trying to not stock too much. Just a little bit. Alright, we're back out. Looking good. P15, P17, and we have a few cars in front who have not made their stop yet. So we can pick up some place from them when they go to make their stop as we fly by with DRS. Alright, P1 on his way out. A few cars now in. I'm going to turn on this boost and we hit this DRS. Hit this DRS. So we fly down with Leclerc moving up to P6 and 9. Alright, so Leclerc got pulled back since he's on the hard tires. It's going to be difficult for him to hold most of his gains with the hards. Let me see, anybody else going to pit? Nope, that's it for everybody. Alright, we could use now, what we're going to have to use now is DRS to try and pick off P6 and 7 and those guys. Let's turn on this boost, hit this DRS, and they're just pulling away from us, but we'll close down. Alright, we've closed down to P7, picking up that place, and then we're going to lose it. Alright, what we want to do here is now get Bortoleto to pass Leclerc, since Leclerc is on the softer tires, the harder tires I should say, so he's a bit slower. Alright, 1 lap to go. Alright, so we're going to hit this DRS, We should pick up P6 and P7 with Bortoleto there. Can Leclerc make the place? He's up to P8. Can he hold P8? As P9 is going to come back at us. Oh, P7 suffering a breakdown there, so giving up that place. And we have one final DRS stint as we're about to run out of tires with Bortoleto. But as long as he hits this straight and we'll hit this DRS, he should be okay. Hit this DRS. Alright, so he got past and we got P6, P8. Pretty nice finish here at Baku for our drivers, I would say. Pretty nice. All right, so we got a pretty okay race start. We got perfect race start with Leclerc. Made up a few places, but I should make a, yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, so that's basically gonna be it for this video. Let's take a look at the debriefing window. We still see people getting disconnected in events. I mean, it's been years. It's been happening for years. I don't know if it was my internet. I'm not gonna blame Hutch for it because I don't know if it was my internet connection that caused it. Maybe it was. Maybe it was not. Who knows? But yeah, it is what it is. We still got a few good races in there, and our final score is going to be 124. So we'll see if that make us through. If not, then tomorrow we could go again and get qualified. Then that's the beauty about the qualifying round, is that you could go again another time. So that's basically going to be it for this video. Let me know down in the comments how you guys did in your event, in your qualifying event, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.